Kaboom, kabang, ka-ching. Welcome, everybody. My name is Keith Carberry, and this is PLS Daily. We are live, local, international, and a little sexy, baby. Sometimes. We're going to talk about two things today. We're going to just talk about the three critical components to helping your business succeed online. And we're also going to go in the back office a little bit and take a look at something that just came out yesterday, and it's called the Viral Reports that PLS has to offer. So those two things are going to probably be very informative to you. So let's get ready to roll. Yeah, 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 baby. So what are the three steps to success? Well, you want to get found and get known. Get found and get known, right? And then get engaged and make sure you follow up. One of the biggest steps is follow up, and the reason why it's the biggest step is because hardly anyone does it, and those that do follow up are the ones that are really successful. Whether it's a good follow up or a bad follow up, as long as you follow up, you're already beating the rest of the crowd. You really are. Is your business easy to find online? Do you have a presence in all or any of the places where you target your customers or hang out online? Do you have an easy, automated way to follow up with them over time? Well, with the PLS system, the answer is absolutely yes, yes, yes. So what's the reality? The reality is marketing online is not a one-way broadcast anymore. It's a multi-point conversation. Instead of talking at your prospects, you are talking with them. Folks, that's the difference between Internet 1.0 and Internet 2.0. It's the interaction. It's a two-way conversation. 90% of consumers use online search when researching products or services. And it's probably more like 99.5% now because this presentation is a few years old. 78% of consumers trust peer recommendations, while only 14% trust ads. Have you ever seen like TripAdvisor.com? I'll just give you a real example, and I'm sure there's probably somebody here that has done the same thing. I'm heading out to New Orleans in a few days, and my buddy and I got online, and the first thing we did, or I should say the first thing he did, is he went onto TripAdvisor.com to look at reviews from his peers to see where we should stay in New Orleans, or Nolans, whatever you want to call it. With the birth of review sites such as social media, people are more willing to share their opinions of your product or service, good or bad. That's exactly what we did. People are more likely to visit blogs that align with their interest because blogs are non-selling environments. One of the biggest problems in the political world these days is the internet and the lack of newspapers. And what I mean by that, and don't take this as not a political announcement here, but many people nowadays have the ability to seek alternative information online that align with their beliefs. So they very rarely listen to the opposition's beliefs as much as they once did. 25, 30 years ago, when there were only two newspapers and there really was no internet connection and everybody was just reading newspapers, they only had two choices to look at, and that was it. Now, when you get online, many people don't read newspapers anymore. They just get online and they go to the website that aligns with their beliefs, and it doesn't broaden their horizons. And that is a major issue in the political world on how to capture new people when those new people are more difficult to capture because they're not as willing to listen, or they don't have the ability to listen, or don't have a need or want to listen to anybody else. They can go and find information that they want to find rather than to listen to the opposition. If there are only two or three television channels out there, then they have no choice sometimes but to listen to the opposition, right? And so that's something that is happening every single day. New word of mouth is social media. The new word of mouth is social media. Absolutely. Facebook, right? That's all I really have to say is Facebook. What are they saying? Those members seek and make recommendations for products, services, and experiences. This is so powerful that Google now displays social media posts in their search results, obviously, right? And those social media posts usually come with an image because, as I mentioned in an earlier presentation today, that image in that video is so powerful rather than just words. The fastest growing demographic among Facebook are users 35 to 60 years old, and they're women. How cool is that to know that, right? So you know what the audience that is really online, right? And if you think about it in this world before internet really came to life, women are by far more social than men. That's just the nature of women for the most part. YouTube is now the second largest search engine, and as I mentioned earlier today in the presentation, YouTube is not the second largest, it is the largest right now. People go there to look for videos, to answer their questions, show them how to do something, or gather information. And even if you're not using YouTube as your search engine and you're using Google as your search engine, most of the time people will do the search, they'll find that there's a video in that search, and they'll actually click on that video before they click on anything else. Because watching a step-by-step video is a lot easier than understanding an IKEA manual, right? This reminds me of an IKEA job opening, and there was a job posting for IKEA looking to hire someone, and it was just a picture saying seeking, IKEA has job offerings, and there's a person in the image, and it says have a seat when he's going to do the interview, but in order for him to have a seat, he had to make the seat. It's kind of funny. 91% of Americans have mobile phones, and it's probably more like 96% now. And they're not just mobile phones, they're mobile smartphones. 20% of them have, 20% of them, or about 45 million people, have phones with internet capability. And I'm going to say that's more like 40% now. 152 billion mobile text messages are sent each and every month. And again, this presentation is a little outdated, and it's probably more like 180 billion text messages are sent out each month. 90% of those text messages are read within 1 minute of the receipt. And if you go out 5 minutes, it's more like 95%. How fast do you currently connect with your customers? It's all about speed, right? The quickest way to start mobile marketing, mobile text messages. Now, this is not just a presentation on mobile marketing. This is a presentation on communicating with your customers and the speed in which you need to communicate with them. And say goodbye to yellow. What's that? The yellow pages. Why spend money on yellow pages, newspapers, inserts, and other outdated media? 24 of the 25 largest newspapers are in record decline in circulation. I live in the Boston area, and the Boston Globe was, I believe, the number 3 newspaper in the country, and it was so close to closing the doors. It's still alive, but barely, and was purchased for a very small amount of money, comparatively speaking, recently, and it was actually purchased by the owner of the Boston Red Sox. Yellow pages are still expensive, and very few people under 70 use their intended purpose. Right. Those that are 7 years old and younger use them for what? Right? To sit on. And those of you over 70 use them to actually look for something, right? It's where your customers are searching to find products or services or get their problem solved now. The internet is open 24/7, 365. Marketing online is no longer just about having a website where people come to find your business. It's about going where they are online and connecting with them there, like Facebook, finding them on Facebook. Only 26% of small businesses have invested any time or effort in marketing online. That's a very small amount. It's probably more like 30% now. There is still time to get established before it's too late. The longer you wait to get started, the more catch up you're going to have to do. As I mentioned a little while ago, you want to get found, you want to get known, you want to get engaged, and you need to 100% follow up. These are the 3 steps to success. Again, get found and get known. That's 1 step. Get engaged with your customers. Step 2, and follow up with them. And it just so happens that the Power Lead system has a system that's going to help you get engaged and has a system that's pre-done to help you follow up. Google is very important. There are dozens of other key places you need to get found to create a strong internet presence. Stay fresh. Many people think that you can slap a website up and call their internet marketing efforts done. Not true. That's a big no-no. This couldn't be farther from the truth. That's a very archaic way of thinking, absolutely. What's that famous movie? I can't remember it, but build it and they will come. Not true. Build it, they will not come. You have to tell people to come. You have to share people your ideas. You have to talk about it. Get out there in the social media and talk about it. Get out there a video to talk about it. Get them to come to you. The search engines, directories, social media sites want to make sure you consistently have new information to offer your visitors. Content is king. If you don't continue to provide content, you're not going to be successful. If you're not delivering something new on a regular basis, you're going to get knocked off by someone else who is. Once you get found, engage with your prospects on their terms. Get them to follow you on Twitter, friend you on Facebook, or subscribe to you on your YouTube channel. Offer value, offer value, offer value. Then start offering valuable information. An expert perspective, recommendations, news, and coupons, membership privileges. Build relationships, earn their trust, earn their business. I mentioned this the other day. Everybody always talks about KLT, know, like, trust. But the last thing that they never talk about, and which we always need to talk about, is the word buy. You want to get the customer to know you. You want to get them to like you. You want them to get to trust you. You want them to buy from you. So know, like, trust, buy. I'm going to add that as the 4th term all the time now. Continue to engage and continue to follow up. Continue to provide valuable information. Continue to make offers. Get them to buy from you, because that's what you're doing online. Everybody in this room wants people to buy from them. But before they buy, you got to get them to know, like, trust, then buy, right? Keep them coming back. Do things different all the time. Keep them coming back. You know the stats. It costs 6 to 7 times more money to get a new customer to buy from you than to sell to an existing customer. Happy customers equals recommendations. Recommendations equals more happy customers. What are the keys to successful online marketing program for your business? Build your program in steps to control expenses. Integrate all the elements so they work synergistically. I love that word. Search engines, video, social media, mobile marketing. Again, you need to get found, get known. Once you get found and get known, you want to engage with them, your customers, your new potential customers, and follow up with them. Folks, the Power Lead system helps you engage and helps you follow up with them every step of the way, and that's what makes the Power Lead system so powerful. All right, so what I'd like to do now is I'd like to go into desktop sharing. I'm hoping that it's working today. We did have a little bit of a problem yesterday. And let's see if everything's working as well as I expected. Okay, it says desktop sharing is active, which is great. and I want to get in the back office of the Power Lead system. And if you don't know this already, and you should know this, the Power Lead system came out with a new service, and it's called the Viral Report Service. And the Viral Report Service is exactly what everybody in this room needs to be doing, is exactly what everybody should be doing on the Power Lead system. You don't want to just get somebody to sign up for something. You want to give them something of value, and that's exactly what this viral report does. It gives you the ability to give something to someone of value. So your chances of growing your list has just increased significantly with this new service that the Power Lead system has come out with. Now, one of my goals for the Power Lead System Daily Show, this PLS Daily Show, is to give you more viral reports over the coming weeks and days ahead. And what I mean by that is that we're going to create our own viral reports. We're going to get them out there, and we're going to be able to share them with the Power Storm Team group. All right? So the first thing you want to do to see the new system is you want to go over here, go over to Capture Leads, and click on Lead Capture Pages We Created. Once you click on that, you'll see that you need to choose your domain name. Now, the only concern that I have in this whole process is that you really need to kind of create a domain name already. I've already got one out there, but you can't really create one right here. You already have to have one created. But I'm going to use the one that I've already set this up earlier yesterday as a test. So this is my domain name that I'm going to use, responsiveleadsystem.com. I want to become a prospect for whatever I want. And I want to scroll down to where it says Viral Reports. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, Viral Report Lead Capture Pages. There's 3 of them. One here, which just you can use this one and it just asks for your email address. You can use this one, which is a capture number 2, just asks for your email address. Or capture 3, which asks for your name and email, email only, or name, email, and phone. I happen to like this one, so this is the one that I'm going to be using. I've already got it selected. So I'm going to scroll all the way down until I get to Save My Choices. Once I save my choices, it brings me to the second page which says Choose Your Sales Page. Now, typically the system's automatically going to tag the proper sales page. So I'm going to scroll down. Oops. Let's see what we got here. I'm sorry. So there are 2 sections that we can use. We can use the report download for the business or for the product. So this viral report is going to promote the product, not the business, the product of the Power Lead system. It's a 15-page viral report that talks about what the Power Lead system provides and what it can do for you. So it's already checked off here. So I'm going to scroll down one more time, all the way down to the very bottom. I hope I won't make you too dizzy here. And I'm going to click on Save My Choices. Now, after I save my choices, this is the domain name that I chose. I can click here to work with a different domain, or I can click this to take a look at it. I'm going to open this up in a new tab, and I'm going to take a look at it. And as you can see, it says Read this report, top 5 dirt cheap tools I use to create an endless leads and traffic. So if I click there, it's going to say enter my best email address. Right here it says skip the survey because it already knows that based on my IP address I've already done this. But I'm going to use a different email address for testing purposes. And then it asks me to verify that I'm a real person. Once it does that, here is the download page. Top 5 dirt cheap tools tools I use to create endless leads and traffic, including my #1 secret for building a huge downline. Now I can click on download my report, which is what I'm going to do. Guys, this is so easy and so much fun. Let's see, open with my reader, which is what I'm going to do here. And I just gotta make sure that this fits properly. Just bear with me 1 minute, guys. Okay, and as you can see, this is the report. And as I scroll down, I can see more information about the report. Now, I'm just going to go to the last page here, because in here, in a couple different areas, it says Start My Free Trial. When I click on this, which is what I'm going to do, it takes me to, and I just wanted to have you guys see where it takes me to. It takes me to a section to start my free trial of the Power Lead system. And it tells me what steps to expect. First step is the name field. The second one is to choose a username. And the third one is to choose an address. I'm going to just shrink this down a little bit so you can see it better. Once I fill out that information, I choose a username, and then I get an address, and I'm now in as a member of the Power Lead system. So very, very, very cool tool. I absolutely love it, and you guys will too. Now, one of the things that we're going to do the same type of a report, but we're going to create more reports for you. Now, I know that the Power Lead system is going to create reports, and they're going to continue to create reports, but isn't it going to be awfully cool to know that the Power Storm team, if you're a member of the Power Storm team like you are, and if you're not yet, you should become one. As a member, you're going to be able to get more viral reports than anybody else. Now, in addition to this viral report, you're also going to get there you go. You're going to get an email. You're going to get 5 emails that are preset. Okay. Hey there, Keith. You'll notice my contact information below. Yes, I am a real person. Here's my telephone number. Blah blah blah. By the way, guys, I know I've mentioned this before. Very, very important that you provide your telephone number. If you don't provide your telephone number, you're making a huge mistake. Think about this. Think about any company, any brick and mortar company out there in the market today that doesn't provide their telephone number. Is there one? The answer is no. Think about any real company on the market today. Amazon, I don't know, any other companies. They all provide their telephone number. And there's a reason. They want their customers to call them. They want to interact with their customers. If you don't provide your telephone number, you're basically saying, I don't want you to bother me. Now, is that a way to create a good customer base? Is that a way to create know, like, trust? The answer is absolutely no. So although you might think that it's okay not to provide a telephone number, it's not okay. Provide your number. If somebody wants to really get in touch with you, they really need to find how to get in touch with you, isn't it terrible to say, I can't find Keith Carberry's telephone number? Well, that's not true. My number is plastered all over the place, and you can call me. I may not be able to answer the phone, but you can certainly leave me a message, and I'm going to get back to you. Okay? All right. Let's go back to home. All right, so I hope you got a chance to take a look at that presentation. You enjoyed it, and you found that it was interesting. The viral report system is only going to get bigger. We're going to continue to grow the viral report system. I'm going to create a viral report myself. I'm going to try to start that tomorrow with you guys, and hopefully now I'm not going to be around for a few days. I'm going on vacation to New Orleans, as I've mentioned previously. Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday I will not be around. But when I get back, I have no expectations of going anywhere whatsoever for the rest of the year. So I'm going to be here hopefully every single day going forward, starting next Wednesday. But I will be here tomorrow for my last day before I go on a short vacation. And we're going to talk more about viral reports. I've got several viral reports. Hopefully we'll be able to throw one up and start using it starting tomorrow. So stay tuned. We're going to have a fun day tomorrow, guys. My name is Keith Carberry. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Kaboom, kabang, ka-ching.